from the Film Files of SMW. The Oscars, Episode 6, Lead Actress. And the nominees are Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and Meryl Streep for The Post. First up, we got Sally Hawkins. Truly lovely performance. She had a very elegant, quiet strength about her. It was clear she had a very strong sense of self and never lets anybody make her feel inferior. And she's really good at standing her ground when she feels it's important to her. Her passion and her love in this is so clear and it's so beautiful. She's such an interesting character because she is so much more than what people expect her to be. And she's such a great heroine too for that reason. This is absolutely the type of inspiring performance that makes girls who see it say, hey, if she can do it, why can't I? Her character is a very soft touch, but man is she fierce. She loves fiercely, fights fiercely, she's a fierce friend. What a lady, you know? She's a great character. And Sally Hawkins definitely does her awesomeness justice. She was so expressive, but not like overly emotional. Her face was very captivating. The way she expressed her thoughts and her feelings was so interesting because she didn't have words. And she does it so well. Not just the signing, but the way that she emotes through her body and through her face. She's so endearing. She's so special. You can just tell she's one of those people where everyone in her life is changed for the better. Yeah, her performance is very effective. It affects you deeply. She was always so easy to understand, and she told this great big story so simply and so beautifully. Absolutely a character that you root for. A character that you can't help but love. She's enchanting and charming and lovely. A great, strong female character to have represented on film. Really great performance overall. One of the best parts about the film. Up next, we have Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Honestly, I just bow down to this performance. I am not worthy. Really amazing. She was funny, she was rude, she was lovable, she was hateable, she was emotional and brave, afraid and cold, but caring. She made me feel all of the feelings. Such a complex character. And her performance was so real, so raw. I love how her character is both good and bad. She lives in the gray. It's not just black and white. And honestly, she was a friggin' rainbow in this. Not even just in the gray, she was all of the colors. The work she put into this role is so apparent. It's what makes this performance so phenomenal, is that you see that work and that passion. You can see how important she feels the story is. It makes you want to watch her. Some of my favorite moments, the scene with the preacher when she comes home and he's sitting in the dining room with her son, kind of gives this little spiel, and then she just delivers this amazing monologue back to him. I also love the scene where she's being questioned by Chief Willoughby. They're kind of having a face-off. All of a sudden, Chief Willoughby coughs, and the whole dynamic and vibe changes in an instant. She goes from being this stone-cold, stubborn pain in their ass to being so concerned and full of so much compassion and sympathy and fear for this man. And it's such a beautiful moment. It really shows her true character, that she is caring and she doesn't hate this man. Very dynamic performance. Truly brilliant. Up next is Margot Robbie for I, Tonya. What a funny and witty and at the same time moving performance. I've said it before, her and Allison Janney were my favorite parts of this film. They really made this film fantastic. I also have to say I'm a little disappointed this film isn't nominated in the Best Picture category, because it was one of my favorites of all the ones I saw. And Margot Robbie was totally the cherry on top of that ice cream sundae of a film. She made me laugh, she made me cry. God, that courtroom scene monologue, can we talk about that? Talk about heartbreaking. Oh, I was sobbing. Such a beautiful delivery, and the amount of raw emotion in it. She really embraced that character with her whole heart and her whole body with everything she had. I loved her crass, kind of crude charm that she had about her. God, I loved her humor. She really captures everything that Tanya goes through so beautifully. The complicated relationship she has with her mother, the complicated relationship she has with her boyfriend, the complicated relationship she has with skating. She just lays it all out there in this. And it's such a delight to watch. I can't wait to see this movie again. I loved her and I love this film so much. I also have to give a shout out here to McKenna Grace. She's a superstar. She was amazing and hilarious in I, Tonya, and if you haven't seen Gifted, go watch it now. Okay, McKenna Grace tangent over. Next up is Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird. I am a big Saoirse Ronan fan. Every movie I have seen that she's in, I have always been enchanted and charmed. Lady Bird especially, I think, is really different than some of her other roles. Her performance feels very real, very honest. She completely captured the feeling of being young and discovering the world for the first time and trying to find your place in it, trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, and feeling that need to be expressive and artistic, but not knowing exactly how to express that side of her, and the feeling that she wants to be great at something. All these things are so relatable, and I love her ability to flip on a dime with her emotions. Her timing is really great. One of my favorite moments in the film is the scene where her and her mom are shopping at Goodwill for a new dress for her to wear, and they're like arguing, and then her mom pulls out this dress in the middle of the argument. It's just like, what about this? And like Saoirse Ronan also mid-argument. Oh my god, I love it. It's perfect. I have this beautiful mother-daughter bonding moment immediately following this fight. Her whole relationship with her mom was really great, and she really portrayed it so well. I especially loved the kind of journey she went through in regards to her relationship with her mom. Seeing her grow and seeing her perspective change and how that changes her feelings towards her mother was really interesting. I thought she had a great balance between knowing what she's been given and that she needs to be appreciative of that, and yet wanting more out of life. And also in regards to her mother specifically in their relationship, she had a great balance between loving her mother because she is her mother and she will always love her, but also feeling this intense frustration that her mother doesn't understand her. It would have been easy for her to just be frustrated all the time and hate her mom all the time and just be like, oh, my mom's the bane of my existence. But she had this beautiful side that she keeps showing throughout the film where you do see her love for her mother and her knowledge of what her mom and her dad have done for their family. And that balance just made it all the more endearing and all the more real. It made her character more dynamic. She was really great. Last but never least, Meryl Streep for The Post. Obviously an amazing performance. It's Meryl Streep. One thing I really, really loved about this performance was seeing the development of her getting stronger and bolder as the movie goes on. I thought she expressed that change and that journey so beautifully. She totally nailed the balance between being a little timid or shy and that feeling of like she never expected to be in this position, she doesn't totally know how to handle it, and also learning how to take control and learning that she does have a right to speak up and to make decisions, and she is in this position and she has power. Seeing her learn how to use that power was awesome. It felt true to the times too. It wasn't just a story of back in the day, women have less rights, but oh, here's this amazing, powerful woman who like breaks all the stereotypes and is just like really empowering and great. Those stories are excellent. We love those stories. But there was a sense of honesty to this because you still see that side of her that grew up in the time where women stayed at home. They were caretakers. They didn't have jobs. They didn't run companies and run newspapers. But she's still super empowering. And it's honestly even more empowering to see her find that courage in herself throughout the movie, rather than just being introduced to her right away as like a powerhouse. I really loved that we got to see that change in her. I thought that was so cool. I remember a moment in the theater, I think it was in the scene where she's making the final decision to run the article. This is like kind of her screw you moment. I'm in charge and I make the decisions. But of course she does it so elegantly and politely, and the whole audience in the theater just started clapping. That's so great whenever someone can deliver a performance that moves a whole group of people like that. Just another really great performance by Meryl Streep. So, my pick for the 2018 Oscars for Best Lead Actress is Frances McDormand. I can't not give it to her, you know? She's just, wow, she blew me away in that movie. She really did. Literally wrote in my notes and said, bow down to that performance. There was bowing. I was bowing. She's definitely my pick this year. Alright, thanks for watching. We got one category left for these videos. So catch me next time when I reveal my pick for Best Picture. See you then. Bye!